I'm John Hummel, Senior Technical Writer for Altinity. In this video, I'll be demonstrating how to install Altinity Stable for ClickHouse for Deb-based Linux distributions. That means for all you cool kids who love your Ubuntu or similar distributions of Linux, you can have a production stable, patched, backpatched, and secure build of ClickHouse on your laptop or cloud server in just a few minutes. The same version of ClickHouse that is used in Altinity.cloud to provide rock-solid stability and blistering speed. Disclaimer: you will not get a blister using Altinity Stable or Altinity.cloud, and if you do, please tell me how that happened. If you want to know more about Altinity Stable, ClickHouse, or Altinity.cloud, check out our other videos. If you're eager for the next video drop, then subscribe and ring the bell to be notified whenever a new hot video is added. A copy of these instructions can be found on the Altinity documentation site at docs.altinity.com. So you can just copy and paste with the confidence that everything will just work. You want to know more? You are greedy for knowledge. That's why we have the Altinity resources page for even more blog posts about ClickHouse, webinars, meetups, and cool examples. And finally, you can join our knowledge base at kb.altinity.com, maintained by Altinity engineers and open source. So if you find a cool new way to use ClickHouse or to solve a problem, you can let the world know. For this demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate on Ubuntu 20.04, but as long as you can install the same prerequisites on a Deb-based Linux distribution, you should be just fine. So let's get started from the documentation site. I'm just going to be copying and pasting in the commands, so you're going to see that they just work. All right, so let's get started here. First thing I'm going to do, let's do a neofetch. I just want to show you what I'm working with. So as you can see, in Ubuntu 20.4.3, 8 gigs of RAM. This is not a big beefy machine. In fact, this is running in a virtual machine over there on my desktop sitting on the floor just a little bit away. As far as space is concerned, ClickHouse doesn't need a lot of space. You're going to see I've got 40 gig drive available. Most that's going to be for data when we get around to uploading it. But for now, we're just going to do some installations. So if I go back to my documentation site, we have all the instructions right there. First thing we're going to do, prerequisites. So we're going to do a sudo apt-get update. Don't look at my password. And yes, that is my very clicky, clacky keyboard in the background. Get used to it. I'll get a quieter one in the future. All right, so we're going to be installing curl, GNU PG2, apt transport HTTPS, and CA certificates. These are all things we're going to use to connect to the Altinity Stable Builds for ClickHouse. And download things, of course. Curl. All right, I'm going to do that bit there. So now let's go ahead and install our keys. These are our keys that's going to tell it, hey, builds Altinity.cloud, and that's our public key for GPG. This way, you know this is coming from the authentic source. Great. All right. Now we're going to update our apt-get repository to tell it, hey, use this cool builds.altinity.cloud. And we're, of course, pointing it to stable main. All right. Easy enough. Let's do a apt-get update. All right. Great. So as you can see, it knows about builds.altinity.cloud. Got a stable release. Everything is good to go. All right, with that, what I'm going to do, and in another video I highlighted this, always specify the version. When you install ClickHouse, make sure you know what version you're putting on so that you've got maximum compatibility and you're not just kind of going willy-nilly, that's the technical term, into something. And yes, that is a dog in the background if you're hearing that. That's my fiance's dog, Blue. All right, so we're going to go with 21.8.10.1.Altinity Stable. This is the latest version of Altinity Stable out there. Now, when we install this, as you can see, first thing we want ClickHouse Common Static. We specify the version. ClickHouse Client, specify the version. And ClickHouse Server, specifying the version. Now, this may take a few minutes, so I might speed up this video in the future, but otherwise, this is all real time, folks. Riveting. I should have grabbed my Nintendo Switch. All right, first one's almost done. Oh. Okay. So, password for default user. Something super secure, something you'll never figure out. Snuggle bunnies. All right, now we're going to start it up. And now, the coup de grace. All right, we specified a password for our default user. Of course, we want that password. Even though it says it right there, I always like to do a select version. It's just satisfying. And there we are. That quick. 21.8.10.1.Altinity Stable. It's just that it's that fast. Again, this is running on a virtual machine. I'll show in future videos uploading data, the fastest way to do that. But for right now, that's it, folks. All right. Well, that's pretty much everything. So again, if you want to copy these instructions, go to docs.altinity.com. If you're interested in our knowledge base, which is maintained by the Altinity engineers and added upon as an open source repository, you can go to kb.altinity.com. Go ahead and add things. I'm keeping an eye on it. I know it's in there. If you want more, go to altinity.com and check out the Altinity resources page. Blogs, webinars, all sorts of stuff. And if you're ready for the next video in this series or anything new we're going to post, you know the routine. Click the subscribe button, ring the bell, all that stuff. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for coming along, and until next time, happy coding.